Welcome to another edition of Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. I'm your boy, Professional Sutton.
And I'm your boy, Chris G.
And it's your boy, the Work Report.
Yeah, D-Ruck is at home. He got to take care of the father duties, husband duties, but he with us, though.
And daddy daycare, that's what happened.
Yeah, man, but he definitely with us, though. He definitely with us.
Always.
So,
you really like one of them, little pictures, them cut out cardboard faces.
I got you.
From a remote location.
I got you. Oh, see, I'm 2 steps ahead of you. I was going to have a picture of you, Fleming Davis, a.k.a. BMF member. Yeah. See, D was on Facebook acting up.
I'm telling you, we'll get started again this week, man.
D was acting up. He was definitely cutting a fool.
I'm bored at work on a Friday. It goes down in the DM.
So, before we start, okay, let's just do it at my job. His name is Matt. Okay, Matt. Start with Michigan. He's a Michigan Wolverine. Okay.
Oh boy. And
Chris, everybody know, if you know Chris, he is a diehard Ohio State fan. So this is what happened. Matt, he comes in, he talks young. He a little young whippersnapper, about 24. Matt, you about 24, right? Because you'll see this. So he was talking smack about how he, just about his team. I said, listen, my team is too strong when it comes to sports. Like, we does this. We know what we talking about, and we will put you to shame. So he kept talking. I said, I don't want to do it to you. I said, my boy Chris, he's an Ohio State fan. He would eat you alive. Oh, no, he won't. So I said, you know what? The first minute, I'm going to let my boy Chris do his thing, and he going to tear you up. So I'm going to dedicate this to letting Chris get on him. All right, D-Ruck. So I'm going to let Chris tear his ass up real quick. And then I said, and then I told him, I said, you can bring your boys on my show. That's fine. I said, but you got to understand, it's 3 of us. You're going to need 100. And that still won't be enough to fuck with my team. That's still not going to be enough. So, Chris, could you just go ahead and just eat this little young whippersnapper? 30 minutes to a minute, because I don't want him to get famous off this.
30 seconds to a minute. Well, listen. First and foremost, thanks for watching the show, Matt. Thanks for, going with the back and forth. But your first mistake was being a Michigan fan. That was your first mistake. I mean, come on now. We're talking about a team. First of all, if you're going to ever compare, teams in college sports and any kind of atmosphere, you go with their rival. And Michigan's rival is Ohio State. Okay. And if you look at the rivalry right now, there really isn't one, because since 1998, the record is 14-4. Oh. And let me tell you who got the 14 dubs. Okay. That's Ohio State. That's Buckeye. OH. All right. That's first and foremost. So your first mistake was being the Michigan fan. And I can go real deep on that, but we're not going to give you too much time. No. I'll let you regroup, and I'll let you get your boys, and you can bring them back, and
it's not going to help.
And then I can ether them too. But here's what the big thing was that this was the main problem, other than him being a Michigan fan, because you can't help stupid. But the main problem I had is that he said Brock Lesnar is the greatest athlete ever.
Yes, he did.
Listen,
he was talking like he wanted to have Brock Lesnar's baby.
Like, listen,
crazy.
Before you even go there, Chris,
yo,
all he must win is khakis, huh?
Oh man, he's into some fitness joint. Like I said, he knows his stuff, but he don't know enough though. He don't know enough.
But listen, he obviously doesn't know enough.
No.
Because for you to even come out your mouth with Brock Lesnar is the greatest athlete ever, I mean, the straight disrespect that you're giving to great, or I should say real great athletes like Jim Brown and Bo Jackson and Deion Sanders, guys who did it on multiple levels, and there's more guys in there. We're talking about a guy that got cut by the Minnesota Vikings.
But then check this. So I said, listen, way before that, I said, I understand Brock Lesnar. He tried a little wrestling thing, his little NFL thing, and he was All-American, this, that, and the third, and so he became a professional wrestler. I said, but he didn't cut it in the NFL. I said, if you want to look at like an athlete, and I'm talking about like before them, Well, obviously after Jim Brown, I said, you gotta look at Ron Simmons. He was an All-American at Florida State.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I didn't even have to go that deep. I said, but the best athlete ever? No.
I mean, Bill Goldberg was an actual legit player for the Atlanta Falcons before he became a wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention, go ahead, D-Rock.
No, I was agreeing, man. Goldberg, you look at a couple other people, man, but Brock, son, I could have picked another one. Again, I'm going to blame it on the canopy speed.
Yo.
He might even have to move his pants leg up, too, because he might have dress socks on, too. You got canopies and dress socks and a boot sweatshirt on, son?
Oh my God.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you're going about, listen, I don't want to act like I'm bashing Brock, because Brock is a phenomenal athlete. I don't discredit wrestling because, you know, like I was telling Quet last night, I really consider those guys to be like professional stuntmen. I mean, the moves that they do and some of the things that they do, like they can die. Yes, and there's evidence of it if you look at Owen Hart and other people who died in the ring. Like they do real legit stuff, and I don't take that for granted. But it's choreographed. And they try to, you know, if they do it right, they won't get as hurt. So, you know, I don't consider it a sport, but I also don't knock it either. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I respect what he did in MMA, but I mean, you're talking about a guy who came in and lost to Frank Mir, who's half retarded. And then he also lost to Alistair Overeem. And I know he had the little, problem in his stomach. I can't remember what the disease was that kind of like limited him a little bit.
Bitch assness?
It wasn't bitch assness, but it was legit. But, you know, we talk about, Brock Lesnar was a national championship wrestler.
Yeah, he was.
A real wrestler, we're not talking WWE. And, he went up against, listen, we don't talk about it, but I know my wrestling too. You know what I mean? I'm not a fan of it anymore. But
we know it.
I know my wrestling. You know, I know my history of it too. And I remember Kurt Angle is a real Olympic gold medalist wrestler. Mm-hmm. And some of the old stories, and you can look this up. Shelton Benjamin, who was a wrestler, used to talk about this. He used to talk about how Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle used to shoot with each other in the ring, like before people got there, you know, just to test their wrestling skills. And Shelton, who was also a NCAA national championship wrestler
at Minnesota.
No, Shelton wasn't at Minnesota. I can't remember where he was.
It was definitely a Big Ten.
Brock was at Minnesota.
Okay.
But he said that Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar used to shoot with each other in the ring, and they said Kurt Angle used to tear his ass up. Damn. The exact words of Shelton Benjamin was, Brock Lesnar was a great national championship wrestler. He said there's a big difference between a national championship wrestler and an Olympic gold medalist wrestler. Okay. He used to tear Brock up. So you probably want to take Brock Lesnar about 4-5 pegs down from your greatest athlete ever. That's all I got to say about that.
Good. Now, back to the regularly scheduled broadcast. Just had to, give Matt a little shout out. So you was telling me about your boy.
AB?
Cool number one.
Yo, Adrian Broner, man, if he don't make black people look bad all the time.
So D-Rock, I don't know if did you hear about Cool number one?
I didn't even hear about this, so let me know what's going on.
Yeah.
So, Adrian Broner over the weekend.
Cool number one.
Went to Walmart to get some things.
Stop. You know.
Let it go. Because he already said it. He went to Walmart.
Exactly.
No,
a buffoonery that took place.
Exactly.
He went to Walmart.
But hold on, D-Rock, I love Walmart. That's my favorite store.
But you can't be talking about you about billions. You're about millions and you shopping at Walmart. But go ahead, though.
I love Walmart too, but as soon as you said that, you know what I pictured? I pictured this dude in the hair care product aisle turning out way worse that they got.
When he said
putting stuff out the packaging, he taking it out the packaging. Like, yo, I'm AB, get your workers right.
When he said AB at Walmart, I'm thinking AB got them house shoes and he walking on the back of the heels. That's what I'm thinking of. And a wife beater. That's what I'm thinking of.
Well, actually, he was in a wife beater too.
Oh shit!
To tell you the truth,
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
So say that again.
It's not even summertime yet. Oh, see.
In all fairness, I don't know where he was. He could have been in Florida or Vegas. He could have been somewhere where it is hot, right? But so what he did was he goes up to the register, he pays for his stuff, and the person gives him his change. Now, somebody is strategically recording Adrian Broner. Cool. Somebody in his camp, of course,
cool number
is
one.
recording him, get his change back. And he goes, "You gave me my change? You must not know who I am. I'm AB. I don't need my fucking change," and throws all his money up in the air and walks away.
Cooning. Let me tell you something, all right, people? Let me tell you something. D, let me get on him, and then I'm going to let you get on him. First of all, okay, when you look at what people think of African Americans and how they think we coon, he's a coon, okay? He does not belong to us until he get his shit together, okay? Until he can read a paragraph, okay, of anything, I'm not claiming his ass, okay? He might can fight. I don't give a shit, but he's straight clowning and cooning. I don't like it.
Yeah, I will fight.
Okay, exactly. So now he's one punch away from being just a regular nigga on the street, okay? Please, kids, look at me in my eyes. Do not be like this coon. If you don't know what a coon is, look it up. Okay, yes, I'm calling him a coon because that's what he is. That's just straight stupid. You got people out here who are really struggling, who really working at Walmart, who really trying to make ends meet, and you doing some dumb shit like this. And then Chris gonna say he won a bet of $800, takes the money and throws it in the air.
Well, he was in a car, and the guy that he won it from was behind him. And he was throwing the money outside of the Maybach as they were like turning corners and driving down the street.
Oh my God.
He was throwing the money that he won out the window.
Cooning. Cooning at his best.
Yeah, straight cooning. Listen, he needs to focus on his upcoming fight next week, or is it next week, or is it in early April? I can't remember. He's fighting one of Floyd Mayweather's fighters, Ashley Theopon. Mm-hmm. Now he called him out. And my theory on Adrian Broner is if he ever calls a fighter out, that fighter's not that good.
Okay.
Just because he kind of shies away from fighting real talented people. When he does, he loses. But, that's what he needs to focus on. He needs to focus. Listen, his last fight was an L. Okay. When he lost to, Sean Porter. He needs to refocus his career on being a champion.
On reading.
No, he can read. He's not Mayweather with the reading. He can read.
No.
He just is a real
coon.
You know what he is? He's a Floyd wannabe. And he goes out of his way to do things that he thinks Floyd would do. But Floyd doesn't conduct himself like that. Floyd is a lot of things for sure. But he doesn't conduct himself the way that Adrian Broner conducts himself. He doesn't. Yeah, Floyd Mayweather is more, calculated with the things that he does when he wants to be flashy, but he doesn't do it in a way to disrespect. Like, he wouldn't go to Walmart and then throw money, his change, in the air, literally a line full of people behind him, all black. Just a line full of people behind him.
Don't be like
who
this,
probably need money like that.
Don't be like
they can't afford to do things. He wouldn't blatantly, put it in their face like that.
He will give it to them, probably.
I don't know if he'll give it to him either, but he wouldn't do it like that. He wouldn't do it like that for sure. So, just he needs a PR person, to kind of help his image. He wants to be the bad boy, and in boxing, it is always good to be the bad guy. It's hard. It's a little more difficult to be like a good guy in wrestling terms. It's harder to be a babyface in wrestling. You mean, cause everybody has to accept you, and they gotta want you to do good, and just people's natural reaction is to hate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's hard to make somebody a babyface in boxing. It's easier to be a heel, cause people already hate you. It's not hard to make them hate you even more.
Yeah.
It's just the way that he's going about it and the way that he's doing it, trying to be a heel, cause Floyd Mayweather is a heel in boxing.
But
he was known as the bad guy, but he's undefeated. He marketed himself in a good way, and the way he conducts himself with boxing, and then the way that he does it outside of boxing is totally different.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, D. I know. Welcome. I know what.
And that's not the boxing that I wanted to get into, that I'll get into later. Yeah, I didn't want to get into the coonery, which is Adrian Broner. Yeah. I didn't want to.
I just
but,
had to do it.
Quet said, you got to talk about this guy.
Please.
He's making us look bad.
Please. So, so we got about 5 minutes left, D, and then we're going to do like the big, we're going to do like the big show.
So if you liking what you're hearing, be sure to,
like
click
and subscribe.
on
Yeah.
No, be sure to click on the extended version.
Yes,
we talk
that
about
too.
everything.
That too. I just wanted to touch on NFL real quick because our next segment we're gonna talk about March Madness and everything like that. So I had put a post on Facebook. Okay, let me tell you something, Poncho. Okay,
shout out to Poncho, man, right there.
Let me tell you something.
That was the classicest. That line was so classic.
Let me tell you something.
Somebody please shoot this message. I wish you had gunshots right now. Bop, bop.
Let me tell you something, Pork Chop. All right, I know what I'm talking about. Okay, and listen, Denver Broncos, I like what they're doing. Okay, they claimed that cap space. They're making room so they can get who they want, and they doing what they want. They already won a championship, so they don't really got to do too much. So they'll get what they want.
I don't agree with you at all.
Yes, listen.
I don't agree with what
they are doing their thing. They are doing their thing. Okay, and
I was gonna let us try to get the Poncho, but I feel like you kind of wallow right now too.
Nah, listen, I'm telling ya.
Oh man, no. So
listen,
we down like 4 flat tires. But
listen. When you talking about them getting the cap space, when you talk about them being strategic, I know it look crazy right now, but they are doing something where they can free up so they can get who they want. If they would have paid Osweiler all that goddamn money, and then he would have been a fluke, that would have been a problem. Okay?
Hold on, let me ask you this question.
Now they can get Kaepernick or RG3 at the low.
Well, RG3 right now, and this is breaking news, that talks with him and the Jets are going fantastic.
That's good.
RG3 might be a Jet in a day or two. But what I really want to touch on is you're saying like that what they're doing is saving money and making space for not free agency, but for the draft and the signed players next year. Dude, the Broncos are going to have more problems next year because we're talking about Bradley Roby is going to be a free agent.
They can sign him.
Huh?
They can sign him. They don't have to worry about giving him that.
But no. Bradley Roby is one of the best young cornerbacks in the league right now.
Yeah, he is.
If he goes and tests the market, he could get big money. They need to keep Bradley Roby. On top of, they're going to have to sign, Talib contract is going to be up.
Oh, you can get rid of him.
No, you don't get rid of him.
Listen,
he had you can say he had a bad Super Bowl. You can say that for sure. But all through this season, he was the reason why your secondary was so strong. Not to mention Chris Harris Jr.'s contract is up. Not to mention next year, you have to give Von Miller his money.
Oh, yeah. And
their secondary, it's somebody else in the secondary, not Ward. Somebody I forget because Ward got his money last year. Their whole secondary can be gutted next year. And they're all going to want big money. They're all going to want big money.
Go ahead, D-Rock. I'll let you go.
This is my thing. Like, if you're John Elway, your plan A was, okay, Peyton's walking away, we're going to get Brock and lock him up. You had to feel like the monkey wrench is thrown in the plan when Brock went to the test.
Of course.
Okay. So you say, listen, let me try to get RG3, right? Let me try to get Ryan Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick wants that money. RG3 is going to take whatever's on the table, but the Jets don't seem like they won't let him leave New York, which is a thing I don't understand either. I think both New York teams are wild.
Crazy.
So I see all of that, but at the same time, like Chris was just saying, the good thing and the bad thing that the Broncos have is that they have a lot of young players that play the same position. Mm-hmm. So I personally think that they can afford to lose to leave, because if you re-sign Harris and Roby, you still got them for the next 5, 6 years, 7 years down the line.
Exactly.
So you can do that. Von Miller, I think you got to give him his money. He's going to demand it anyway. I like what DeMarcus Ware did, but again, at the same time, the perfect situation. And honestly, I'm not even going to sneeze on Mark Sanchez like that, because I think for them and what they need, he can actually be that. He can be a manager. Mm-hmm. But what I would have done, a chance I would have taken if I was the Broncos, and I'm going to get off of it like that, Tim Tebow. Because
yes.
So what I'm saying, when he was there, he won a playoff game before Peyton came.
Yo, listen.
Yeah, let me pause them real quick, and let me get my 2 minutes on the New York teams.
Go ahead.
If you are the Jets and the Giants, what in the bumper clock are you doing? So the Jets clearly are packing it in because you let Snacks Anderson run across the hallway and play for the Giants, right?
Yeah.
You the franchise tag when Muhammad Walker said, pay the man his money, right?
Yep.
You brought RG3 in the town. You still got Ryan Fitzpatrick that obviously has the locker room, and you sitting with Geno Smith. If you want to get rid of big money, get rid of that contract. Right? Now you go to the Giants. Everybody is shoot. Oh my God, they addressed all their needs in day one. Listen, you know what the Giants did? The Giants spent $150 million in one day, and now for the next 3 years, you have no that you can possibly go get.
Exactly.
Because it's a thing called the salary cap, people, and now you guys are in luxury tax hell.
Yes.
You will not be able to move from any of these projects in the next 2 or 3 years. So if these guys don't pan out, like, listen, not for nothing, Oliver is a project. You might have been beating people with some of the speed moves, but listen, bro, you're in the NFC East. There's a lot of great tackles in the NFC East.
Yeah.
That he's going to be expected to go through, and you're not going to be facing single teams because guess what? They're going to be doubling you because they're not going to double JPP.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just thinking like, yo, there's a lot of things going on. I think the free agency people are kind of wilding out. If there's one team that I say, and I saw what you put, but if there's 2 teams that I would say that kind of won in this whole thing in the first couple of weeks of free agency, it's the Oakland Raiders and the Miami Dolphins.
There we go.
I know how you feel about Tannehill. I know.
I was like, my lips was like starting to get ready to say something.
I know how you feel about Tannehill. Matter of fact, I know how Blake Grimes' wife feel about Tannehill. So I know it's man. He's been trying to get in the DM. Listen, they made a lot of moves to solidify every position they got.
Yeah.
Marlon Williams is pissed off that he was let go from the Buffalo Bills.
Hey,
on
D.
the Kim Polk, on them edges, and they already have 2 stellar D tackles, and you got Ndamukong Suh down there. You have a great linebacker core that just added Kiko Alonso. You have a solid secondary, even though Byron Maxwell smells like toast. It's going to be okay in Miami.
Yeah.
Because it's a system. And then the Raiders, there's not a younger team in the league that's scarier than the Oakland Raiders.
Yo, listen.
It's not. You just paired Bruce Irvin coming off a now he's a Super Bowl winning outside pass rusher with Khalil Mack.
Yes.
So that's even cheating on Madden.
Yes, you ain't lying.
On Madden, people ain't going to play like that. You're like, yo, man, pick another team. Nah, this is what you have to do. So it's got real, man. But I think John Elway better get it together because what he's looking to do, he's going about it the wrong way.
Yeah.
If you going to put somebody in, because right now, what any Super Bowl contender needs is somebody that they can tag as the face of a franchise. And the only thing that Denver has ever been known for is their quarterback.
Yeah.
So, going with Elway, there ain't nobody over there.
Yeah.
When Elway left, it struggled again, and Joe Payne came in. He had another face.
Yeah.
But in between that, it was Tim Tebow. So go back and get the young man. You're not going to pay anything for him because nobody thinks he should be in the league, but you know he can win. And you have a top-flight defense. So, listen. The Broncos is wilding right now. The Giants are definitely wilding right now. The Jets, that gang green is for the weed they smoking.
Oh, dude, getting them. But listen.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, listen. Now, like I said, that's why I said, and I'm gonna wrap it up, and then we're gonna do our longer one. But again, that's why I said that to me that they can win because they can get somebody for the cheap. They don't have to pay them that much money as they would have to pay Osweiler. So now again,
who you getting for the? That's my whole point.
But you can get RG3. You can get Kaepernick. You don't have to pay him that much money.
RG3 has already made it known, and I don't know if you've been following it, but he made it known he wasn't trying to go to Denver.
But also, you can get Cap. You don't have to pay Cap that much.
I don't know if Cap coming out of Cleveland because he wants to go play for the Browns.
He crazy as shit.
That's what I'm saying. If you're not getting RG3, you're not getting Colin Kaepernick. If you're not getting Ryan Fitzpatrick, if you're not getting those 3, who are you left with in the league? They're talking about picking up Mike Glennon from Tampa Bay.
Listen, and I'm gonna just say this: with their offensive line, what they can do, if they get a good running back, they can run that zone and they can make it work until they get what they want. But again, they can go deep, they can get a free agent, or they can go in the draft and get a quarterback.
Where?
They can get a quarterback.
Hold on. I wish we had the Allen Iverson thing queued up. Nigga, where? Where in the draft?
Listen, when you got a defense like that, you don't need a quarterback to make, outstanding throws.
That's not the same defense. When they go into this season, they don't have that same defense that they had last year. You got to remember now, they already lost Malik Jackson. They already lost Trevathan.
They still got Ray on the back.
Listen, man. They're not gonna be the same defense. They're gonna be good. You're projecting that this season coming up that they're gonna have an all-time great defense like they had last.
I didn't say that.
That's the only way you're gonna do it without a reliable quarterback.
I said that they still can be in contention, so they don't have to pay Osweiler all that damn money, so they can go and get like kind of what they want.
I don't want to be in contention. I want to win.
They're gonna win.
I want to win.
Listen. They're good.
The only reason I didn't like that is because I felt like this. Like, if you were going to spend the money and the money that Peyton gave back walking out the door, right?
Yeah.
Why not go with Osweiler? Because you know what you have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a given. Even with the defense that took some loss, you know what you got on the other side of the ball. Right now, the only one that you have in the stable is Sanchez.
Yeah.
So what are you getting? Are you getting butt fumble? Or are you getting the kid that actually look good like those Philly Philly?
Yeah.
That almost got the horns. Like, what are you getting? But again, the NFL, sometimes you have to go with known commodity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why, like we talked about in our last show, like, that word potential, that word upside is the worst, man.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
Because you get spend money, and especially these brothers got, again, NFL, you getting guaranteed guap up front. We talked about Sam Bradford. He got 26 of them things out of 36 up front. Now, I hated math in school. Son, I know that adds up pretty good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, especially at the quarterback position. And then, the other thing that hurts them.
Hold on, D-Ruck. We got to wrap and stop the video, and we're going to continue this on the long podcast.
We got you.
Listen, people, if D-Ruck got you on the edge of your seat, if he got you, because he got me on the edge of mine.
Mine too.
Listen, you're going to have to subscribe. You're not subscribed, but you're going to have to go to the longer version of the podcast. We're going to have to cut this one right now.
Yeah. So listen, like and subscribe this one and listen to the second part, and then we're going to be really in depth with it, and we're going to really, talk about it. Yes.
D-Ruck is picking up right where he left off in like 2 seconds. So that's going to be the other podcast that will be released later.
So we'll be right back. Peace. All right, welcome back to part 2. D-Ruck has something going on. He was talking about the quarterback and upside and the potential, the word I hate. So could you finish off what you were saying?
We was cooking for a minute, so let me get back to the pots and pans, people. Listen, this also the thing with the Broncos too. Again, you talking about letting people walk out the doors. We talked about Osweiler. We talked about the defense. We talked about the losses on there. I think Trevathan was the biggest.